we're kind of looking for my great-grandfather's music.
Rosales was his last name?
Rosales was his name.
Hi, I'm Arlen Parsa. I'm a documentary filmmaker from Chicago in the United States. And a couple years ago, I learned that I had a great-grandfather from Colombia. And I have never been down there, and I don't even speak Spanish, but I learned that this ancestor of mine wrote this long-lost opera that had never been performed. And I found this opera in my aunt's basement. I actually have it here. And we were really curious to know, what did this music sound like? Because we have this music written by a Colombian composer 80 years ago, but nobody had ever heard what the music sounded like. And so I decided, being a filmmaker, I thought maybe I could make a film kind of trying to figure out what the music sounded like. And that's where this documentary, The Way to Andina, came from.
This is very old.
So this is like the opera that he wrote?
This is the opera that he wrote. There's an awful lot of stuff here.
Eustacio Rosales was a Colombian composer. He was born in Bogotá in 1875. And he moved to Chicago in the United States in about the year 1900, we believe. He was a musical prodigy. He started composing music for orchestra at age 12, if you could believe that, very, very young. And he just wrote all this music. And unfortunately, he died unexpectedly right when his music was about to sort of get popular. It was performed in some large venues here in the United States. But then he died on Christmas morning, 1934, and all of the music went into a box, and that box was passed down from generation to generation in my family. And so when we found this music in a basement, in a box, we sort of thought, well, we've got to figure out what this music sounds like. And that's kind of the adventure that we went on.
This is everybody's part. The flutes, the two oboes, the clarinets. This is a good sized group.
It's very exciting. It's like a little treasure hunt.
I'm not really quite sure what's gonna happen.
For me, this was a really difficult film to make because although I'm used to being behind the camera and filming other people, I was getting filmed for the first time, and that was kind of weird for me as a filmmaker. It was fun though to kind of go on this adventure and figure out what the music sounded like, and I'm really pleased to say that people seem to like this film a lot. It's played at film festivals all across the United States. It's been broadcast on television here, and it's really exciting to be able to send the film back down to Bogotá, back down to Colombia, because this music was written by somebody who's from down there, and so we're kind of bringing it all the way full circle back down there, and that's really meaningful for both me and my family.
1, 2, and 3, and 4.
This is the first time this is being performed, so any kinks that are in it, you guys are gonna find them.
On page 16, there's no words.
There was another one of those.
Yeah, there's a couple of those.
Bottom of 155.
At 123.
601.
For me, this was a really personal film, and it was kind of an adventure to take a piece of this family history and kind of try and unravel it and discover some of the mysteries. And this was true from my mother's side of the family. It was my mother's side who had this Colombian ancestor. I'm curious now about my father's side of the family. My father is an immigrant from the Middle East, and I would love to sort of go on an adventure and discover some of that ancestry and kind of try and unravel some of those mysteries too. So we'll see. I'm kind of working on something. We'll see what kind of film that ends up being. I would love to come down to Colombia though. I'm in contact with people down there, and we're starting to get some of this music performed in places like Bogotá, in places around the country there. So it's really, really exciting, and I would love to come down and visit Colombia at some point. What if we go to all this trouble and then it turns out that this music sucks? It could be crushing.
I'm terrified.
You're really on the line here.
This is the best sound that a human body can make.
Super nervous. I'd like to invite you to attend a special screening of my documentary, The Way to Andina, as part of a screening of the Best of the Bogotá Music Video Festival at Cinemateca Distrital on July 18th. I'm sorry for my terrible pronunciation of that. I'd like to just thank the organizers of the Bogotá Music Video Festival. They've done an amazing job putting on films from all around the world in your wonderful city, and it's so exciting to be a part of that. I hope to make it down at some point in the future to see the films in person.